There's so much good happening in rural settings. There are so many challenges in rural settings, and there are so many opportunities as well as crises. The Rural Research Centers Network has come together out of the Rural Policy Learning Commons, looking to offer a space, a collaborative and creative think tank of sorts to drill down into issues of rural and bolster those professional relationships of researchers, practitioners, and policymakers. R2CN is a network of rural research centers that is a committee that has grown out of the Rural Policy Learning Commons. And those listening to these videos would probably well know that the Commons evolved from a SHRC grant where we were funded for 7 years to build partnerships, build relationships, and foster space for collaborating for rural policy, practice, and for community planning supports. And the purpose of our network is to increase the capacity of the rural research centers through building upon relationships, clearly exchanging knowledge, and strengthening our shared impact. We want to bolster the professional practice of researchers, those who are more established as well as emerging scholars as well, and to partner with people in the field of policy development. So our hope is through the R2CN that we mobilize resources and that we highlight programs in higher ed that are speaking about rural research and about enhancing quality of life in rural settings. We look to foster stronger partnerships with folks in not-for-profits, in the public and private sectors, and particularly we have a strong focus on building relationships with policy planners and politicians. And we seek to strengthen each other's work to enhance our impact and to improve rural resiliency, prosperity, sustainability, and vibrancy. And a kind of a shorter catch-all phrase for all of that is well-being. Really working on enhancing all the dimensions of quality of life in rural settings. So the R2CN seeks to bolster the capacity of centers within post-secondary institutes and to magnify the value of these services of research centers in rural regions. So much good comes out of these centers. The fact that they exist, they often have staff, they may be part of a consulting initiative that helps to bring in broadband access, for example. They may be facilitating conversations with local community around tourism. The value addition that happens through these centers is significant, and R2CN seeks to amplify some of that and capture some of that work and kind of leverage it, I think, in Canada so that we give more value to rural settings. And R2CN supports the exchange among the network members so that we're kind of skilled and building up our skill set and our knowledge around collaboration, sharing our expertise and resources, and strengthening ways so that we can really have profound impact on policy practice. Our membership largely includes Canadian institutes, researchers often located within university settings, but not exclusively. But our research centers in the US and in Europe and in other jurisdictions are also part of the Rural Policy Learning Commons Network, and we certainly invite others to join with us. This is our call to action, encouraging folks who are interested in rural, interested in any dimension of rural really, to connect with the Research Centers Network and to join in this conversation about how do we shine light on the good, the bad, and the ugly going on in rural settings, and how research can be brought to bear so that we have evidence-based decision-making moving us forward into a more prosperous and bright future. So we would delight very much in working with you, and I really urge you to get in touch with the soon-to-be Dr. Katie Allen. She is the R2CN's team support, and you can contact her at the University of Guelph. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to get in touch with the Rural Policy Learning Commons as well, and certainly folks can be connected to us. So thank you very much for your interest, and do participate in making all things rural brighter and better. Thanks so much.